It's startling every time.
uh,
Recording in progress.
It's happening. Get ready.
Now.
I should have I should take off the voice of doom setting.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it. Well, I mean, it just lets you know. Yeah, I left the bass in my merch bag, so I'm going all hands. But I got a little Freddie Mercury thing going on.
Yeah, there you go.
What up, Wembley? Chris Porter here.
All right, I just hid my self view.
Yeah,
because I would just be staring at this thing all day.
I mean, how could you not?
I know, right? That's why
Right?
I do CrossFit because they don't have mirrors.
Yeah.
And I don't pod with my self view on.
There you go. That's a good life you're having. What up, Andy Rue?
What up, Chriser? How are you? What are you drinking there?
I'm having a little sugar-free vanilla latte.
From where?
From a place called Spot here in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, cool. I'm glad to see you made your bed for the occasion.
I don't make my bed in hotels.
No.
At home every morning.
Right.
And also at home I'm fairly clean. In hotel rooms, very much the opposite. Everything
really?
just gets left where it is. I'm not cleaning this place.
You just put a dollar bill underneath each piece of trash you leave.
They get $4.
Yeah.
Which
Sorry,
is fair.
Emily, for $2 a day.
Yeah. I mean, I don't let them in every day. They only come in at the end. So not only do they get $4, they got 3 days off. So
you were just such a great employer.
Yeah. Also, hey, I got margins. You know what I'm saying? I can't be just giving away the farm to Esmeralda just because I'm a little dirty. And I think, to be fair, when I pack at the end of the weekend, I usually tidy up a little bit. I don't leave it like a tornado came in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I was living in the hotel, I kept it pretty tidy. But like when you're living there, that's different, I think.
Yeah, no, 3 days is just enough time for you to come in, live like a child, and then just leave.
And then peace.
Yeah. Day 4, you're like, I'm fucking gross. But day 3, you're like, no, I can make it through this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's Spot, and then right across the street is a Starbucks. But I always try to go local when I can.
Yeah, because I mean, Starbucks, it's there. It's consistent. Is it good? No.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely the baseline.
Yeah, very, very baseline. Bottom. It's the bottom.
Would it win I mean, there's definitely worse cups of coffee than Starbucks.
Yeah, I think maybe in like an Amtrak station.
Yeah.
At the Greyhound station, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes hotels in a hotel, like in the room, that's gross coffee.
Yeah, or just like when they have the silo of coffee, the coffee silo.
Oh, the big thermos.
The big tank, yeah.
Yeah.
And I always, they leave it out all day. And I love just asking the people, because sometimes I'm going to the show. It's been a long travel day. I like to have a coffee right before the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just be like, when was this made? And they just shrug. And I'm like,
great.
Yeah.
So not your shift.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I remember back in the day when I worked at McDonald's, they obviously came in and changed this very quickly, but we would make a cheeseburger. And if it didn't sell, you might have gotten a 2-year-old or a 2-hour-old cheeseburger.
Oh,
yeah.
Sometimes you can tell because the bun gets real crunchy.
You can keep it as warm as you want.
Yeah, but that bun's not fooling anyone.
No, the time
and
is
the triangles of American cheese that hang off the end that are just like, they're like white on the ends.
Also, it looks too much like the commercial. You're like, this looks like it was there for
yeah.
This had an
that doesn't look like
call time.
Yeah, that's not mayonnaise. That's glue. It is. That's what they use.
Oh yeah, and for ice cream, they use don't they use mayonnaise as ice cream?
Well, I'm sure it's a combination of some, because you want it to be frozen, and mayonnaise would be too melty.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But yeah, because of the lights. I'm sure
Right.
that's different now with like LEDs. They don't put off as much heat. Maybe they can actually use real ice cream, but for the longest time, no. But yeah, like especially in the 80s and 90s, whatever you thought you saw on television, it wasn't that. If it was ice cream, it was spackle.
That's one of my favorite Simpsons bits is where they do the Radioactive Man movie in Springfield. And Homer wanders onto the set and he's like, "Hey, why are you painting those horses?" They're like, "Cows don't look like cows on camera."
Yeah,
Painting cow spots. They're like, "What do you need to do if you need a horse?" We just paint some dogs. Oh. Chopper.
Oh, yeah, it didn't read. Couldn't hear it.
Oh, really? I'm getting it in my playback.
These SM7Bs are very isolating. I like it.
I know. Mine won't let me leave my apartment.
I did get you the Charlie Sheen model. I thought it just
Someone
had
set this thing to evil.
Oh, that is one of my favorite episodes of The Simpsons because that's also the episode of Chicago's They Do Nothing.
Oh yeah, the Radioactive Man one.
Oh yeah,
so good.
And what
It's
a
some
great
good ass shit.
The great part is at the end when they all come back to Hollywood and they're like, they treat them like it's a hometown comeback. And
Yeah, they're like, "Welcome back, failed movie. It's okay. You'll get them next time."
yeah. But then you also see like the Brown Derby and stuff. You're like, oh, that's a parking lot now. Womp womp.
Yeah, like pans out of like Hollywood and Vine, and it's like this like happy fairy tale land where nothing goes wrong.
As opposed to what it looks like now, which looks like everything has gone wrong for several years for all these people.
I was walking auto this morning and I was like, hope that was a dog.
Oh,
otherwise that's a real sick human.
Oh, fucking
yeah. Not good.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's nice living in my little quiet ass neighborhood.
We know.
When you tell me those stories. Hey, I did my Hollywood time. I did 15 years in Hollywood.
We know.
Although when you get to the pearly gates, you're going to get some time cut off. They're going to be like, "We saw what you went through."
Some time cut off?
Yeah, of your like purgatory / hell time.
Oh, do you think you go to hell before you go to heaven?
Well, no, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm sure there's like a.
Otto, stop it.
What's the matter with Otto Man?
I don't know. I think someone's knocking at my door. I think it's an Amazon delivery.
Oh, they knock?
They do like and then walk off.
No, they just.
Now he's just trotting laps around the apartment.
Click, 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 click. He's like a cute little Jaws back there. Just the tail going back and forth. So how was your weekend? Have we had 2 weekends?
We have had 2 weekends. I couldn't tell you what I did 2 weeks ago. I know we saw the Chiefs play at Rocco's. We did that.
We did that.
I don't think I even did anything the night before, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
I've been cooking a lot. I know I said that the last time, but she doth persist.
Yeah. Hey, do what you got to do.
But
especially when you got a sweet Dutch oven.
I do have a sweet Dutch oven
that your really awesome brother got you.
I know. We talked about it last episode.
I know. I like to remind people how great
I remind Finn how humble you are. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of cooking. What did I do last weekend? Did I do anything fun? Oh, I saw Ashvin's new house. My friend bought a house in Burbank.
That's crazy. That kid's like Kramer. You know that?
I know. I love him.
He just sits on your couch and smells. The next thing you know, he runs ass first into money, and now he's buying a house.
Well, the reason he smells is because he stays on my couch for 3 days on end and doesn't change clothes or shower. So he's not like a naturally smelly guy.
Yeah.
But he, during the pandemic, he moved back in with his folks, banked all his money that he made working for a tech company.
Wow.
He's real smart.
Good for him.
Codes. he did like a 24-hour codathon, and he was telling me about it, and I was like, woo!
Yeah.
It's all clicks and
24
whistles to me, buddy.
Even a 24-hour Honda-thon is too much.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just saying anything 24 hours straight is too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I agree.
I love classic rock and roll music. Hour 5, I'm like, let's hear some Tupac.
No, I
Let's
don't know. I
switch
would
this
say
up.
hour 13. But yeah, went and saw his new house, and it was raining all that day, so we got stoned and played his PS5. And he and our other two friends, we ordered Porto's, which is this amazing bakery in the valley, which I tell everyone we own, but we don't. They're Cuban. It's a Cuban restaurant. But
you know that name
amazing,
no one calls us ever? That's what we named
it. Porto. Yeah, no, we got this like big order, and we open it, and I mean, they're a bakery, so we did get this one cake because it was like $10, and that cake was on the top. I was like, yeah, we got the cake. And then the rest of the order, I was like, none of this is right. And we got someone else's order entirely. Like, we ordered like sandwiches and stuff and a cake, but they got a cake and like 5 churro croissants and like guava and cheese pastries. So like
not even the right meal. You were lunch, they were brunch.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot, but yeah, it was still good though.
I had that one happen pre-Pandy. Sorry to interrupt. I had that happen one time pre-Pandy, and luckily caught the guy. It was when I still lived in Hollywood, so he was still walking the 4 blocks where he parked his car. And but yeah, I was like, hey man, this ain't mine. He was like, oh, I got another one in the car. That's probably yours. I was like, sweet.
Yeah, it was like the first week of this year. I ordered a sandwich, and we had gone to, it was like a Saturday bomba day, and it was a tough day. And I came back and I ordered myself a sandwich from Mendo, and it's this guy called, my front gate's broken. The call box is broken.
I'm
aware. So the guy, yes, I know. So the guy down there shows up, and he's like, hey, I'm down here. Your call box isn't working. I've got 2 30-packs of Coors Light and 1 30-pack of Bud Light. And I was like, what?
No, and you want to go to my cousin's.
So yeah, so I go down there, and I'm like, this isn't mine. I just had a sandwich, not like 2 arms full of stuff.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, that's yours. That's my bad. And then like ends up hauling all this stuff back into his car.
No
parked a block
way.
away. And I'm like, why don't you check the order first before you just start hustling everything out of the car?
Man. Sorry, I'm going straight from here to an 80s beach party.
Honestly, he kind of did look like that. Like he's been trying to find the same beach party since the 80s.
I keep heading east.
But he just keeps making Uber deliveries on the way. But another time, Meg and I ordered like $100 worth of crab legs, and it was like, here's a photo of your order. It's at your door. And I looked at the picture. I'm like, I don't know what building that is, but that is not mine. Like, I've never seen the inside of this building ever in my life. Like different floors, walls were different. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the next day on Sunday, I got to go to a dog's birthday party.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Instagram. I didn't think they were those people.
I didn't think so either, but there we were.
Just say you're having a party. Just say you're having a people over.
It wasn't even having people over. We went to a dog park. First of all, the first dog park got rained out. So we go to the second dog park, which the plan was we go to this dog park in Hollywood. Okay,
can we back up real quick? How does one dog park get rained out, but the other one, it just wasn't raining at the other place?
Well, I'll tell you. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So the first plan was to go to this dog park in Hollywood. Everyone bring their dogs. Then everyone goes home to drop their dogs off because they wanted to go to a restaurant afterwards that doesn't allow dogs.
Okay. That's a solid plan. So, also, there are a bunch of restaurants in LA that do allow dogs. So maybe line that up. Yeah,
I know. So listen, if I had a hand in planning this, first of all, it wouldn't have happened. And second of all, it would have been a bit more streamlined.
For sure.
Like Jordy was telling me, when we got stoned and played PS5 the day before, he was like, I just went and got all these party favors for a dog party. like plates and stuff. And I was like, I thought we are going to lunch afterwards. Why is there going to be food? He was like, oh no, it's not for the people. It's for the
Uh,
dogs. And I was like, oh, he looked defeated.
like it wasn't his idea.
Oh yeah. So anyway, the first dog park gets rained out because it was pouring rain all weekend and it was like mudslides because it's like on a hill. And so it was just way too muddy. So they decided to switch it to another dog park in North Hollywood. So it's like everyone drive up here, then drive your dogs home, then go to the restaurant.
Man, this was
like,
not a green party at all.
No. And then we're at the park and it's like, it is 48 degrees outside. It is windy. And I'm just like, da, 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 da. I was so mad and so miserable. And I tried to get this stupid fucking dog a present on my way there. But I stopped by the pet store at noon on a Saturday and there was no parking. So I show up empty handed and pissy.
Yeah. And now the dog doesn't like you anymore because you showed up empty handed.
I know, right?
Right? Jesus Christ.
I drove by it and I was like, it's a fucking dog. And I just kept driving.
Thank God. Thank God you said that.
Anyway.
Yeah,
what a day.
That's a lot. That's too much. And we love dogs. We love dogs. But
we do love dogs.
You got to draw the line somewhere. And it's, you want to have people over to your house and just to have drinks and say it's your dog's birthday. Yeah, that's fun. That's a good time. But when there's
make it a 3-part day.
When it's fucking Scout Fest, I'm out.
I mean,
but hey, why? But I guess also, can't you just say, "Hey, I'm only doing 2/3 of Scout Fest"?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably. But it's also like I don't have a job. I don't have a ton of excuses as to why I can't show up at a park in an afternoon.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think at some point you don't need an excuse. You can just be like, hey, man, I wouldn't go to this many things for fucking you.
You know what? That's what Tyler said. He was like, babe, you need to start saying no to shit like this. And I was like, I know. I want to fucking, he was like, you're talking to me on the phone right now. You're getting ready to go and you don't want to go. And I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking dog's birthday party. Who wants to go to that? And also, my best friend who's hosting this, if it was someone else, we would be making fun of the person throwing this party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So yeah, that was that on Saturday.
That was on Sunday. And then on Sunday, Spooky Dudes came over. I made
wait, back up. You said that was on Sunday and then on Sunday.
Oh, sorry. Well, on Monday, which was technically Sunday part deux.
Yeah.
I had Spooky Dudes over and I made some sticky coconut chicken and rice, which was divine. And Steven made some ribs that he smoked all day, which were amazing.
Yes.
And we watched a movie called Pearl, which was great. And everyone left by 9.
What's Pearl about?
It's a prequel to X. It's very like Wizard of Ozzy kind of vibe, but the girl is nutso. It's awesome.
Okay.
Brand for the
and what's
X? Episode. X is a movie that also came out last year. Same director, T. West. It's takes place in the 70s. Very Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes.
Oh, okay.
But they're shooting a porno in like a farm setting in a barn, and then there's like an old couple who lives on site that are weird and creepy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see. I spent the first weekend I was I think I spent at home. I came I came and saw you at Rocco's. I did a spot at the Comedy Store. But otherwise just tried to not leave my apartment because I was on my winter hiatus and just staring down the barrel of another 5
stretch on the road.
Yeah, another 5-month run. So just kind of didn't do much. I got that new Xbox that does the ultra high def Blu-rays, like the true 4K whatevers.
Oh, so you
So
can finally use your HD DVDs again.
no, let's fuck. Those were either given away or just straight up thrown away. I don't even remember. I think I
I
might
think
have
you
just
threw them
recycled.
away.
I think I recycled them to be green, but it was
Just use the discs as a fucking like windshield scraper in the ice.
well, I think I told this story, when it happened, but while I was trying to figure out what to do with these HDVDs,
Oh, your friend that was selling them?
my friend was like, "Hey, you want these?" I was like, "Hey, do you want these?" He's like, "No,
No.
I'm not trying to open an HD DVD store."
So neither one of us want these, just to be clear.
So just to be clear, I can just throw these at the homeless.
Yeah.
And so no, I got the ultra high def Blu-rays of Top Gun Maverick,
Ooh.
of like Planet. It's like the new Planet Earth, but it's not called Planet Earth. And I watched one of those, and the clarity there, you see every little strand of hair, and it's too much. It's too
Is it
much.
too much? Maybe do some mushrooms and watch that.
I don't think that's going to lessen the too muchedness. But yeah, went to the Comedy Store, had a good set. What else happened? Yeah, Sunday did the Rocco's thing. And then just spent a week at home doing stuff. And then I went to Vegas just to
Vegas.
Went to Vegas.
Vegas.
It was kind of dead, which was nice. Like the strip was fucking quiet as shit. But yet seemingly everything was booked. So it was like maybe just everyone was just staying inside because it was the first time I'd ever been to Vegas when it was cold and rainy the entire time.
Oh, really?
It was like if Vegas had moved to Seattle. And but yeah, I jumped up on a couple shows, had a good time, saw a bunch of weird shit.
What do you mean by weird shit?
Just Vegas-y, just
the standard
normal,
weird shit. The guy
standard,
holding a snake.
A lot of people playing 3-card money, which you walk by and you're like, are people
no, there's no way.
Yeah, they talked about this and Who's the Boss? Like even then it was a problem. And
it was a dated reference.
Yeah, just what are we doing? It's kind of like, I like the bus stop, that dance comes back every 20 years as something else.
Yeah.
Like that's what 3-card money is for dumb shits.
That's amazing.
That
was a thing before silent movies.
Yeah. And it's always been a scam. It's never been on the up and up.
Yeah. No one's ever won except for the guy who just won, who is related to the guy who's running the game.
Yeah. Who happens to walk by every hour and win.
No shit. Oh, man.
But we walked by once and I saw it happening. I'm like, these fucking idiots. And then we walked by again. And the crowd was even bigger. Like, they were on like one of those little skywalks in between when you have to cross the street. And they were up there and like, you couldn't get around them. Like, I mean, I guess part of it, you gotta be a showman, I guess. But I hadn't played poker in years and I went and did that. And that's still a bit of here's the thing about when you go play poker, like you don't go sit down at a table with your friends like you do blackjack because you're playing each other. You're not playing the house. And you don't want to sit down and play your friends. If you want to go play cards with your friends, you sit at a roulette table or a blackjack table.
Or craps or whatever.
Yeah. So it's all a bunch of lonely motherfuckers just sitting like trying not to talk about their porn addictions.
Except they're all watching porn under the table.
Oh yeah, and
they're like, why does the table sound like this?
It's also one of those things where you sit down and because poker's not the game it used to be. It used to be like this. You used to have to wait to get into to poker rooms and stuff like during the big boom. Yeah. And now everyone knows everybody. Like you show up and they're like, "Hey Gary, nice hand." You're like, "Well, fuck, okay." So didn't win obviously, but. I was just there to kill time while I was waiting to do something else. But went to STK, which is my favorite little Vegas place. And I realized Yeah, it's real unknown. That's why it's
Really,
hard.
yeah, no one knows what it is, and it's super quiet, hole in the wall.
Although I did figure out if you go at 6:15, it's much more bearable. It's not
Right.
nearly as fucking clubby and vibey. But yeah, just had a good time. It was nice to like after spending 9 days alone, which was also awesome. It was nice to be like just inundated with sight and sound and tequila.
Yeah.
And but no, it was a great time. And then
Cool.
yeah, came back on Sunday. And then on Monday we went and had Fancy Boys night. Me, Brad Williams, Andrew Santino, Mark Ellis, and then Chris Robinson of the Black Crows joined us.
No shit.
Yeah, he came and had dinner with us, and we just kind of
Did you go to Mastro's?
we did go to Mastro's in Beverly Hills and had a great time. It was
I was right next door to there yesterday.
Oh yeah, what were you doing?
Helping a friend go wedding dress shopping.
Oh, how was that?
Weird, man.
Yeah,
That's
because
weird. Those things are expensive.
yeah,
Even with a $2,800 discount, it was still going to be $4,200.
Yeah, that's expensive for a
Yeah.
dress you wear once.
That's a
And then-
$7,000 dress.
Can you not rent a wedding dress? I mean, is that
can.
is that taboo?
But it's like it's not taboo. There's some like rental places that'll like you can rent the dress and they'll do the alterations on the dress to tailor it to you, and it's still like $700-800.
But that just seems to me. I have a feeling you buy the dress on the first wedding, and then if for some, obviously you don't want to wear it for the second wedding, it's probably got bad vibes. But I have a feeling second wedding,
You kind of don't do that.
yeah, you're like, she was like, I don't need a wedding dress. I already got one from the last one. You're like,
just get the cum stains off of it.
You beat me to it. I was gonna dress it up a little bit, but you just went right down the middle with cum stains. Fucking,
I was driving home from the west side yesterday.
You were the
after I went wedding dress shopping, I decided to go roller skating, in which I ended up just getting poured on in the rain. But on the way home,
Did you feel you needed to go roller skating because of the wedding? Like you were like, I need to go feel like a kid again. That was too much adulting.
No, it was already in the plan. I was like, if I'm already driving to Beverly Hills, I may as well just keep like I'm already halfway to the west side.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll just, save the gas and just go now. Poor timing on my part. But I was driving home, and spray painted was the best graffiti I'd ever seen. And I didn't get a photo of it, but it's on La Brea, just south of Pico. And it's on this, like, it's on the second story. It takes up the whole story, and it just says, "Come ass."
Are you sure that's not Donald Kamas? I think he ran for office a couple weeks ago.
Just no spaces. No fancy lettering, just "come ass."
Yeah.
I was like, that's to the point.
I wonder if that's somebody's nickname when they're just driving by. And they're like,
First of all, that's a ton of people's nickname. Remember when I came on your ass, "come ass"? That's why I call her "come ass."
Anywho, I think her name's Katie. I don't even know. Oh, shit.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, no, I was very impressed by that.
I was skating. I saw in your stories that it rained for a little bit during the skate. What does that do for the skating?
It just makes your whole front get drenched.
But your back's dry. You should learn how to skate backwards.
I should, but probably not in the rain.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'll tell you what it does. It kicks up all the water onto the back of your pants. And then you're just soaked from flying. But it is refreshing. But it's hard to see.
Yeah. You need little weep, 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 weep.
I kept trying to dry my glasses on my shirt, but my shirt was soaked, so it didn't matter. It like
Oh shit.
And so I was just like, I had these thick sweatpants on, which also just sucked that those got wet. And so I was like trying to dry my glasses on the inside of my sweatpants, but on my butt. So I'm roller skating in the rain. People already think I'm nuts. And I have my hands down the back of my pants as I'm doing it.
Because it's cold?
No, because I'm drying off my glasses because it's the only part of my sweatpants that was dry.
I just love the tenacity. Most people have been like, this is stupid. I'm going home. And you're like, no, I'm doing this.
Well, no, I would decided to turn around because I was like, this doesn't look like it's getting any better. And so by the time I get back into my car, I'd roller skated 2 miles, all in the rain.
Yeah.
100% in the rain. And I get back to my car, and then like the skies part as soon as I get into my car. Oh, first of all, I'm going way too fast trying to get to my car because it's raining and it keeps raining more and more. And I absolutely wiped out.
Oh, no.
Fell on my ass. No, it was fine. But I was just like, ugh. And then I get in my car, I'm soaking wet like a rat. And then the skies parted and it was gorgeous.
Well, I went to, go ahead.
I was going to say it was fun though.
Oh, awesome. Well, I did forget something. I did spend, obviously, the weekend in adult Disneyland. And then I went on Tuesday to regular Disneyland, the actual Disneyland, where I hadn't been in probably 11 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it'd been a while. And everything's different. Everything's app based.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a thing now called, instead of the fast passes, you can pay $25 on top of your ticket and get Genie Plus. And along with, you get like free photos and stuff. You basically, instead of like having to buy, pay $18 for a 4x6, you just go up, you scan the photo, like you go look at the photo like you normally would, you scan it with your phone, and now it just downloads to your phone for free.
Oh, great.
But on top of that, you can order food ahead and then just go and pick it up. Yeah. And then the best part is when you get there, it's like, help us plan your day. And you just go click all the rides and attractions that you want to do. And it just kind of builds you a schedule that you can go by.
Awesome. Do they come pick you up in a golf cart that's the shape of Mickey Mouse's middle finger that you get to fucking pass everyone else in line?
Pores.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, they're only $25. So like that's, especially when you're paying $140 for a ticket, it's not much more really.
$140 just to get into one park now.
Yeah. And then on our way down, my friend who was with me, who was like a Disney pro, was like, what time do we get to go over to the other park? And I'm like, so I didn't get Park Hopper because we were just down here for a day. And I just figured we wouldn't be able to do both parks in a day.
Oh, no, you got to do both parks in a day.
She was like, yeah, if you do all the little bullshit rides, but if you just want to do the major rides, you can do it all. Cut to 20,000 steps and 10.5 actual miles later.
Yeah.
We had a day, but I'll tell you what, first couple times I did Disneyland was very unimpressed. I was like, this is more about the ambiance than it is the rides. And it still has all the ambiance. It's super great.
Did you go into the Star Wars area?
Went into here's the thing. Ambiance was super cool. And now the rides are fucking amazing. Yeah. I had a Space Mountain, used to be bullshit. And I mean, is it Magic Mountain? Absolutely not. But it's still a lot more fun than it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I did all the Star Wars shit. And there are a couple.
I haven't been there since Star Wars opened.
Oh, they didn't. I don't know if you know this about Disney. They didn't cheap out. Like it fucking, you're walking through like, God damn it, I need a lightsaber in this neighborhood.
Did you know there's a show going on down the street on Vine? It's a burlesque show. It's called The Empire Strips Back.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's at the Montalban Theater. There's like a Jabba the Hutt and everything. They like fight each other. And then I think you see some space titties.
I did, once we got to the Star Wars thing, I just decided I was on a hard target search for a Stormtrooper coffee mug.
Did you get one?
I did not. I got to order one online. And I want the one where if I have the handle, the face is pointing out, but they also have one where like you have to turn the handle to see the face. Because here's the deal. And I didn't expect to talk about this, but we got here organically. I have like coffee mugs that are big enough for what I want. Like if I have 2 of them, I'm good. And then I have these like I think anyway, and then I have smaller ones that are just kind of annoying. They're like just too small. And so
Okay.
I want to get more bigger mugs. And so that's where I'm at.
Wow. I can't
Welcome to
imagine
being
why you didn't want to bring that up.
welcome to being 44, Andy. It's all about coffee
Ugh.
mugs and Vegas trips.
Oh man, at least you're not a Disney adult. Those people are creepy.
Yeah. Oh, there seems to be like a Disneyland resort T-shirt that I think they must do like drops, like different colors and because so many people had
Like
them.
collectors.
Yeah, and this one lady had one on, and I think it must have been like one of the more rare ones because I saw other people with the same T-shirt on in a different colorway, like walk by, like, like she's our queen now.
That's
And
so weird. Did you also know that there's Disney gangs? Did you
I'm
see
sorry.
people in like vests with a bunch of like buttons and shit?
Yes, I
Like
just thought.
denim vests?
Yeah, I thought they were losers.
Well, Chris, they're in Disney gangs.
Do they battle?
I don't think they battle, but it's like groups of friends from like different neighborhoods that are like they're the Disney adults from that area and
Like
don't
we're the Frontierland Frodos or something?
shit like that. I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. Too
There's
spooky. I don't want to
there's
Google it because I don't need the CIA looking into that
there's no
thinking I'm part of
yesterday
that.
in Tomorrowland. We live forever. YOLO. uh Fucking what
Oh
did I
yeah.
notice? Yeah, it was you would recommend that I microdose, which I had thought about. However, the friend that I was with did not want to do that. And I didn't, but also really glad I didn't because there were moments where I was like, yeah, that would have been fun. But 60% of it, I was like, no, that would not have been. Because here's the thing about Disneyland on a Tuesday, like there are moments where you're like, oh, there's nobody here. This is a great day. And then 4 minutes later, you walk into the sea of people and you're like, oh
Yeah.
no, I just broke away from the group.
Right.
And so,
Did you
and
go on
in
It's a
those,
Small World?
it was closed.
Bummer. I wonder
Small
why.
World.
Drowning.
No, turns out it's a giant lie. It's a very large world and
Mm.
everyone hates each other.
Because our mutual friends microdosed mushrooms last week and went to Disneyland and had the best time and said It's a Small World was a height.
Yeah, I'm sure. We did not Small World was closed for the day. Pirates was temporarily closed when we got there and we never made it around to it. And then when we got over to California Adventureland, Cars was closed.
Ugh, I love the Cars ride.
But Incredicoaster was open and that
Radiator
thing,
Springs. That's what it is.
the Incredicoaster was awesome. And that's
the one that like it
yeah,
shoots you out.
Yeah, even Dad asked about that. He's like, "You do the mag launch?" And
Oh man, that guy.
Yeah, I love him to death. He's looking good though. He's looking good. It looks like he's lost a couple pounds. I FaceTimed with him the other day. His face seemed to be more of a round.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Instead of what was it before?
Like more of a square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Go, Dad, go.
Go, Dad, go. Awesome. Do we have any listener mail?
I need to look because honestly, I had the Wi-Fi here at the Hampton Inn in Buffalo, New York is very odd in that you have to you try to log on and for like 20 minutes, it won't let you log on. And then all of a sudden you're logged on. And it's happened with every device.
It's annoying.
It first happened with my iPad and then my phone. And so I started it early and it was, and literally wouldn't connect. And then 2 minutes later I was connected. So hold on. What the point of that is I didn't get to the pre-production side of the mail.
Gotcha.
And, we don't have any.
Okay, great. Well, cool. Well, that's plenty of time for stories.
But if you have questions or concerns, I will say this though, we do have many, all of these mails that you see with the dots, those are subscribers and comments to our YouTube channel.
Look at that, 6 of them.
No, there's a lot more than that, I must say.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a lot of subscribes. You can go to the 1 millionth at 1 millionth pod on YouTube and subscribe, and you'll be alerted when these new episodes drop. These brand new video apps that we're dropping for you.
Brand new video apps. The brand new video apps. Brand new video apps. It's brand new video apps. These never work when we're in different places.
I know, but it makes it funnier, I think, because they're like, look at them trying, fucking
struggling,
idiots.
fucking losers.
But if you have questions, you have concerns, send them to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. Also, be sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD. And also on Twitter at the numbers 1 and the words millionth pod.
Wow. Curveball. Throwing him in the middle this time.
Yeah, because I just have a feeling people don't listen after the fucking, once you start.
Probably after the first 5 minutes. That's what
Mom
does.
Get into our weekends. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, well, we heard about that. We talk to him every day. I'm going to log out. Unsubscribe.
Dad.
Oh, man.
Dad got his Nest and his the Ring installed, so he'll never have to get up again.
Oh my God, and he got his AirPods in the mail. I lost an AirPod in Dad's car 2.5 years ago.
So funny.
2.5 years ago, Dad and I flipped that car inside out. Like, he and I both went, I mean, obviously we didn't do a good enough job of looking for it. But 2 weeks ago, Dad texts Chris and I, and he's like, so when are you guys lose an AirPod? And it was like 2.5 years ago.
And it was Gen 1, the old long ones. And I just started laughing. I was like, I know when that was from.
So anyway, I still have the case on the other ones, so I sent them to Dad.
And
look at him, digital man.
Well, because Dad, when he books the big loads, I came downstairs and he's got one of those giant, like, he looks like he's working at a drive-through kind of headsets.
Or he's learning Britney Spears choreography.
Or he's teaching a Zumba class.
From his chair.
Zumba. It's chair Zumba. What do you do?
All right. And kick and stretch.
And
kick.
Turn on photo hunt.
Where is the hat? The hat's on the hook.
I went to lunch with him and his friends, and I was giving him shit about that. And Greg is like, Greg and Byron, his two best friends since they were kids. And he was like, Craig looked at him. He's like, "What's photo hunt?" And Dad just sheepishly, he's like, "You gotta find the differences between the pictures."
You ever seen that magazine Highlights?
It's like that, but for adults? Question mark.
Highlights is for adults. It's for adults.
I mean, who's gonna read it to the kids?
Right. Kids can't read. Stupid kids.
Fucking stupid kids. My kids still can't read. He's smoking the reefer.
Fuck you guys. You suck.
We do suck, though. That has a point.
Yeah. Well, anyway, now he looks a lot sleeker booking his big fat loads.
We can do a couple stories.
Yeah, why not?
You want to start?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, so next week is January 24th.
It is.
That will be on Tuesday. Are you flying in the Boston or San Francisco area either of those days?
No.
Oh, thank goodness, because American Airlines flight attendants are conducting informal picketing at the airline's hubs.
Is that where they picket in like khakis?
Oh, they're picketing at the hubs and in Boston and San Francisco.
Oh, okay. So that's a lot of hubs. It's Dallas, Miami, Los Angeles, Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, because the American Airlines flight attendants, since the pandemic, they're still working with the same amount of staff on the flights, but flight attendance has gone back to what it was pre-pandy.
Yeah.
So they're just understaffed and overworked, and so they're picketing to get their contracts to where they want them to be to have fair working hours, right? And American Airlines says, join us as we celebrate and say thanks to our team on January 24th and to get a complimentary bowl of chili. And they're hoping that luring people with a bowl of chili will get them away from the picket lines and into the conference room. Conference room B6. It says for a bowl of chili.
I'd love to see that meeting where they were like, we got to get these people to stop marching. How do you do that? I don't know. I was going to go for a walk yesterday, but I thought I was going to shit myself. We feed them chili. We give them chili. They're going to be walking. They get hungry. They come in. They eat the chili. They got to shit. They're going to go home. Girls aren't going to shit at the airport.
No.
No,
and you know
no.
what? When you're outside, what's the first thing you think of when you're cold outside? First thing that comes to mind.
I got to poop.
Nope. Second thing that comes to mind.
I need chili.
Yeah, chili.
You
got to
wish
give
I had a
them
bowl
chili.
of chili.
Yeah.
It's foolproof.
Anyway, good for you, American airline flight attendants. I hope you get what you deserve. And if you are one of those flight attendants and you love chili, stay strong.
Well, if it's anything like the food at the Admirals Club, that picket will be fine. They're not going in because
it'd be so funny if they had a chili cook-off in the picket line.
Or what if the stewardess should bring their own chili and be like, nah, we're good.
No, that's what I'm saying. In the picket line, do a chili cook-off, bring your own chili, make a whole thing of it. Fuck their chili.
Yeah. There you go.
They should fuck their chili. Put your pussies in that chili.
No, that's not. I'm no gynecologist, but there's bacteria in there.
You got to have someone with strong shoulders, though, because you're gonna have to hop and hover and then boop.
Shit. That's gonna mess with your pH. That is totally gonna mess with your pH.
Just for a little bit.
Oh man.
Just get some of that special pussy soap at Target and you'll be fine. It resets it.
What is that? What it's called? SPS?
It's called Honey Pot.
I hate it here. I hate it here so bad.
Hey, you know someone that's got a stinky pussy, make the suggestion.
Come on.
Their pH is off. If that chili starts to taste off.
Shit.
Suggest that Karen needs to get some Honey Pot.
Dude.
They sell it at Target.
How would you like to be a dad nowadays? And just hey, I'm going to Target. Anybody need anything? Yeah, I need some Honey Pot. What's that? Don't ask. Let's see. I found it. Honey Pot. Just look for the pussy soaps, Dad. It's in the pussy soap section. It's right over by the condoms.
It's under this sign. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Fucking gross.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well,
you know what? Well, speaking of things for your nether regions, I think this is a good time of any to put in a Manscaped ad.
Here we go.
Boop, boop.
What up, Portheads, talent receivers, and dumblefucks? Chris Porter here. Remember, it's a new year, time for a new crotch. And I'm walking through this well-manicured courtyard to remind you to go to manscaped.com. Enter in the promo code 1millionthpod. You'll get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. And this could be your balls.
Blah. Glad that's over.
Oh,
Still
man.
never seen it.
You still not, you just...
I just paste it in.
Yeah, it's not like I show balls,
Don't care.
I'm like, a lot of, there's no before or after shots.
I'm good.
Here's what it looks like when it was Joaquin Phoenix, and now it's Tom Selleck. Look at it. Anyway.
It had a cleft lip.
A cleft lip?
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix has like the scars from having had a cleft lip. Oh, he
had that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had to do a charity. I did a show for that charity where they're just, what's that called? A hair lip.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. But I think that's the derogatory term now that I'm thinking about it. Anywho, years ago, I did a show for a charity that like helps those kids.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think I made a joke. I'm like, yeah, we're just something about how kids have cancer, but yeah, let's just make them prettier. Okay. Anywho, but also it's a fairly easy surgery. I think it's like
Yeah.
$30 in and out. So
Fucking, you going to Gary's Lip Palace?
you got a cleft lip? Come on down to Gary's Lip Palace. We do
Oh,
one
God.
for 30. We'll do two for 45. Come on down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does them both at the same time, but he's ambidextrous.
He actually does it to music. He does it to a Styx compilation. Well, two people were arrested in Nebraska. They
Sounds about right.
They were pulled over. They were spotted on a highway doing 35 miles an hour near Kearney, which is like the second biggest city in Nebraska. And then they pulled over and then they took off and led the cops on a 100-mile-an-hour chase.
Ooh.
A short time later, they first off they used stop sticks to slow them down, and then
Are stop sticks like the thing they put across the road?
Yeah.
And they
like
the
when
spikes?
when you got 3 stars on GTA, and you got to go around the strips. Yeah, those.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
stop sticks. Yeah. So the entire chase lasted about 16 minutes when a trooper was he used a pit maneuver to stop the car. The driver was cited for flight to avoid arrest, willful reckless driving, carrying a concealed weapon, possession of drug paraphernalia, and numerous traffic violations.
That's a lot. Quite the laundry list.
Yeah, especially when you're 11 years old.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Drugs?
Yeah.
What is this? The fucking kid from Euphoria?
They had weed on them. There was another kid that was 13. No, I'm sorry. The driver was 13. And then the 11-year-old, and then there was an 11-year-old boy in the passenger seat just doing some fucking Thelma and Louise, but junior. Could you imagine being these cops and fucking, you knew they drew down on these kids. You take cops on a 16-minute fucking run, they're going to fucking draw guns on you. And then you just come up and it's fucking 2 toddlers. Like, fucking.
That is. I mean, can you imagine getting pulled over and the 11-year-old's just like fucking gun it?
Let's go. It's like GTA. We only got 2 stars.
We can outrun them.
We can do this.
What kind of car were they in? Does it say?
A Nissan Pathfinder. So
no, you're not going to outrun them in that.
No, you're definitely not going to outrun them, but also
a pit maneuver on a 13 and an 11-year-old.
Yeah, that had to be crazy town. I want to see the dash cam of that where the cops like come up eye to eye with them and you're just like, holy shit, it's the manager from Hot Topic.
That's just crazy.
That's nutballs. But also, you get that bored in Nebraska. That's how bored you get in Kearney, Nebraska, where you're like, fuck it. Worst comes to worst, I'm on probation. At least someone calls every day.
Talking about being bored somewhere. Did you hear about that? I know this is a few weeks old story. Have you heard about that cop who let all the other cops run a train on her in Tennessee?
Oh, she was just fucking everybody. But more so,
God.
What about the husband that's like, nah, I'm going to stick with her?
I know.
Come on, bro.
Ran a train.
Yeah.
Had sex with 3 to 8 of her fellow officers.
3 to 8.
3 to 8.
That's crazy.
Had a Girls Gone Wild, and it happened at work. It happened at an NFL game.
Yeah.
It happened at an NFL watch party. And then they
just
had
get this
a
girl
hot tub
around
party
football.
with her and all the other wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets horned up. I bet it's when Romo announces.
I mean, I get a little worked up when Romo announces. He always knows what's about to happen.
I know, he really does. But have you seen pictures of her? She kind of looks like Pennywise from It, where like the eyes go like in opposite directions a little bit.
It definitely looks like a girl that would have to put out to be liked. She just didn't. I mean, from photos, you're just like,
I mean, there's obviously other options than putting out to be
yeah, you know
liked,
what I'm
but
saying? But you'd have to
she
throw it
doesn't
at
have
the,
a lot of options,
no. But also,
you
it's
know.
like, hey, man, just be funny. You don't have to go fucking everybody.
Or you could do both.
Yeah. Be hilarious while you're fucking. Well, I mean, I guess it's hard when you're being spit roasted to throw out one liners.
Unless it's a queef bit.
Unless when you're 2/3 full, like it's hard to get stuff out.
All right, now I'm gonna hum the opening song of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh
Oh, man.
man. But what a trooper. Am I right? Get it?
That was funny.
I
That was
hope
funny.
I hope somehow I can get like the Warner Brothers circle around my head when I deliver that line.
Oh, terrifying.
Oh man. Yeah,
Um,
that being said, I mean, we've all known girls that are just kind of freakadeeks like that are just like, I'm down. And there's nothing wrong with those chicks. God bless them wanting to.
yeah,
Like,
but she was like, we're in an open marriage, and the husband was like, no, we're not really.
we are, because I'm not fucking anybody. But also, I mean, that he didn't look like a dude that was knocking it away. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see any pictures of him, but I do know his name is Jedediah. So
Yeah, and his like father's a pastor, like, you know. But also, he has to go. That man has to go to church, and there's no way that not everyone has fucking heard about this.
yeah, but they're praying for him.
Man, that's crazy town.
Oh lordy, man!
I'm more upset at him than I am the girl. Like, do you think this is gonna stop? You think You think this is the end of it for her?
No,
No,
absolutely not.
She's gonna wait 6 months till next football season. She's gonna get worked up again.
She's gonna wind up like that fucking guy. What's his name? The guy who ran Girls Gone Wild.
I watched I don't know if I finished the documentary on him just because it was
Joe Francis.
Joe Francis.
Because he got like extradited from the United States and he used to like live in Mexico. Or
Yeah.
he's wanted for a lot of things here. Anyway, she's the next Joe Francis, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh man, it's bad. But he did. I don't. Is he the next? Because he didn't fuck a bunch of chicks. He just got them to take their shirts off. She's more the next. I don't know. Maybe she's unique. Maybe she's a trailblazer. She's like amateur. She does recreational porn, is what she does.
Oh, little Recky P.
Little.
You know, I bet she's using honeypot.
I bet she doesn't. I bet she's like, hey, you want to smell what Gary smells like?
Oh, I bet it tastes and smells like she dipped her pussy in the chili, but she didn't. Why are there whole beans in it?
Mom just turned off.
Where'd that ground beef come from? Oh, that's attached.
Fucking. We're gonna get flagged now. We're gonna get kicked off the internet.
I'm uncancelable. I shouldn't say that. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Andi Port and on Twitter at Andi Porter and on TikTok at Andi Porter with, I think, 3 R's or 5 R's at the end. I haven't posted on there for months, but we'll see.
And you can find me next week actually, it'll be this week by the time the pod comes out, at the Punchline in Philly. And then the week after that, well, I'll just go ahead and tell you, I'll be on tour as of right now, with Bert Kreischer for 4 dates.
Whoop, whoop.
2 nights somewhere in Pennsylvania. I get to do 1 night at the Boston Garden, which will be super great. And then another night in Bangor, Maine. So catch me as part of the Bert, whatever the
Banger.
fuck tour.
Hardly know her.
And you can
Warner
find all my
Brothers.
dates, or at least you will be able to find all my dates at chrisportercomedy.com. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Chris Porter. And as always, I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andy Porter.
This has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on by.
Do-do-do-do.
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 Bow.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Bum.
I just got a notification to set up professional audio and audio settings.
So did mine. Mine did the same thing.
It was like,
They're like,
whatever
"Hey,
you're
we have-"
doing, it's not right.
They're like, we have auto tune in here if you want it.